these candlesticks I would love to see on my dining room table.
Really?
They are gorgeous. What can you tell me about them?
Not a lot. Really can't, because they belong to my partner, and they were left to her by her late husband, who died 10 years ago.
Right.
We know he acquired them. We don't know when. We don't know much about them at all. I mean, we love them because we put them on the table when we have a dinner party, and they just set the scene very nicely. But Georgian is the one word that I know may apply. That's about it.
Fair enough. In fact, they just scrape into Georgian.
Right.
The dates are interesting. In fact, we've actually got two pairs here.
Oh, right.
One pair was made in 1715.
Wow.
And the other pair was made in 1716.
Really?
But actually, they were probably all made together.
They were made over Christmas, New Year.
Well, in fact, May, middle of May, because the goldsmith's year runs from May of one year to May of the next. And so literally they could have gone in one pair into the assay office on a Tuesday, the next pair on the Wednesday. So the fact they're two, if they were chairs or something, you wouldn't know.
Yes. Yeah.
But because they're silver, we've actually got, that's the A for 1716 on that one.
Yes.
And let's see what we've got on this one. We've got, and that is the date letter for 1715.
Oh, I see.
The other marks we've got there, of course, are for Britannia standard silver.
Oh, that's a very high quality silver.
The highest quality, historically, that we had. The maker is David Greene.
Is that London?
London, oh yes, they're London candlesticks. And David Greene, specialist candlestick maker. And within goldsmithing, you had these specialities, spoon making, candlestick making, or each to their own in that sort of way. So, where do we go with value? I'm going to be a bit conservative because the market's a bit funny at the moment. I would suggest we're looking at a value at auction of at least £10,000.
Good Lord, really?
Yes.
My word.
If they went towards 15, it wouldn't surprise me.
Good heavens, that's fantastic. Very unexpected. Thank you.
Well, do you know you've answered two prayers?
I have.
You have.
Lovely. I'm pleased about that.
One is arriving in this area, and I thought to myself, what would be wonderful to turn up? And you've brought it along for me. Guild of Handicraft pieces. Wonderful. And of course, made in Chipping Camden, just down the road.
That's right.
Guild of Handicraft, absolutely fascinating. Ashby's designs here. What made you buy them?
I'm just fascinated with the Guild of Handicraft work. The way they've made them, all by hand. The craftsmen have done it, and it's just fantastic as far as I'm concerned.
The marvellous thing, of course, with the Guild of Handicraft was this idea of getting back to the medieval system, a small workshop. Each man knew the limitations, the capabilities of the other. They worked together. It was a creative joint process. And all this, of course, had been inspired by William Morris. The Guild moved, as I'm sure you know, in 1902 to Chipping Camden. And lovely, this was actually, the mustard pot was made in 1902. The bowl, 1905. So all very nicely within that period. So tell me about the saucepan.
I saw it and it was advertised as Paul de Lamery. Right. So I like Paul de Lamery's work. I'm fascinated with Paul de Lamery. So when I acquired it, I looked in some books, did some research, and found it could have been Pierre Platel, but not knowing the difference. So I thought the Antiques Roadshow, see what they can come up with.
Brilliant. It absolutely shrieks quality. When you look at the back here, that's known as cut card work. A strengthening plate, essentially, but the wonderful shaping that we've got there. Lovely formal Baroque armorial. And what you get so often with these top Huguenots, just a maker's mark. No complete set of hallmarks. They quite liked not sending things through the assay office. So, is it Lamery? Is it Platel?
Please tell me.
It's Platel.
It is.
Which I think is brilliant. Pierre Platel, one of the greatest goldsmiths the world has ever known. Fabulous goldsmith. He took on Paul de Lamry as his apprentice in 1713, and not surprisingly, Paul de Lamry ends up as one of the most fabulous goldsmiths in the world. And how we know that it's not the sterling standard mark of Paul de Lamry, which would have been PL, you look between the marks. Lamry put a little dot in between the P and the L.
Right.
There's no dot here. It's Platel.
It's Platel.
So, values. What did you pay for them?
I think that one was 800.
Right.
That one, I think that was 2-3,
Yes.
somewhere around there, and that was 2,000.
Right. Okay. I think that's easily doubled up on that. 1,600. I mean, in recent years, Ashby's been doing very well, and even in the current situation, Ashby's doing jolly well. That is a rare piece. The mustard pot. I think that's closer to the value, but yeah, maybe 3,000 today for that. It is an unusual one to find. And the Platel, I think we're looking more towards the 3,000-4,000 quite easily on that one. I mean, Platel is just so fabulous.
Wow.
So you really have made my day.
You've made my day. Thank you very much indeed. Thank you.
A pleasure.
Thank you.
I think it's absolutely fabulous to be so close to Chipping Camden and have not only pieces of Guild of Handicraft work, but members of the family as well. This is tremendous. What's your relationship?
My great-grandfather started off at the Guild, so these are his pieces, but we are uncle and niece.
Right,
That's
okay. So, the Guild, of course, starting with Ashby moving
Yeah.
over from London,
That's right, in 1902.
and that, in fact, is...
That's one of his early pieces, yes, that Ashby
exactly
did himself.
the muffin dish there. Interesting enough, that's an electroplate.
That's
Something-
correct, but the top part here is silver, which has got the hallmark on.
Oh, that's great. That's great. Which is your favourite piece there?
Definitely the mirror, this one here.
Oh, now that, I have to say, if I could have my pick, I think this is one of the pieces I would go for. I mean, this wonderful peacock chase on the surface, but...
I think it was made as a present from my great-grandfather to his wife in about 1908, so quite an early piece.
And was that a wedding present?
Yes,
or-
I think it was.
Oh, that's so romantic.
Sweet, isn't it?
Isn't it gorgeous? Which is your favourite?
This one here is what my grandfather made when he became a liveryman of the Goldsmiths Company, and so he made it in memory of 1936 when he became a member of the livery company.
And it's wonderful. I mean, great piece of Art Deco, and they're the arms of the Worshipful
That's
Company.
correct, yeah.
So after Ashby had left, there were 4 of them carried on until 1912.
That's right, there was my grandfather and my father and his brother George were there to start with.
And of course, if we just step back a stage, we get back to William Morris, one of the towering figures of the 19th century. And William Morris had this tremendous idea. It was all part of 19th century socialism, really, that you should get back to a small workshop.
Well, that was the interesting thing because, like, when the Guild was set up, it was obviously people, craftsmen from the countryside. When Ashby brought them together in London, they found that they couldn't work in London, so that's why they all moved down en masse to Chipping Camden.
Wonderful. But yeah, I'm so pleased you brought these in because it's so important to the local area as well. So, one thing, of course, we do need to consider with these pieces is value. The Ashby piece, I could see that going for £700-800 because what's important is the design there.
Yeah.
The jug, I think we're looking at maybe £1,000 or so. This, a really fantastic piece of Art Deco silver, and actually the weight, the quality of the whole thing. And again, I would be heading towards sort of 1,500, 2,000 on that. Teapots are bad news at the moment. Nobody seems to want teapots at the moment. We should really try and create a new fashion for teapots. Value-wise there, I think maybe 500.
Brilliant. Very good.
Excellent.
Okay. The hand mirror, that's a piece to die for. I'm not surprised that was your favourite
It's
piece.
lovely, isn't
So
it?
it would be my choice. Value there, all the history behind it, £4,000, £5,000.
Wow.
Gosh.
Lovely, lovely pair of candlesticks. But how often do you use them?
They're tucked away, just put away. I don't use them at all. No, not at
That
all.
is so sad. Gosh, I would be using these all the time if they were mine. This one, actually we've got the hallmark there, the London hallmark for 1900. And interestingly, the other one, we've got a London hallmark for 1903.
Right,
So,
different years.
two different dates, same maker. And the maker here is very important. Maker, see the mark just there, Ramsden and Carr. Omar Ramsden and Alwyn Carr. And just in case you're in any doubt, underneath this one, we've got this lovely inscription. We were made by Omar Ramsden and Alwyn Carr. Now that is interesting as well, because it shows that when that was made in 1900, there were at least a pair of them.
Right.
Otherwise, obviously, it would have been
Yes.
I was made. So what I think's happened here is that somebody has had this pair of candlesticks made, of which this is a surviving example, then they've wanted another pair.
Right.
They've gone back, ordered them, and this one is copied from this one. And actually, when you look at the decoration, I mean, the decoration itself is delightful. We've got these flames, a lovely allusion to light and so on. And actually, when you look at the two, these, I think, are just that little bit better finished than those. Then, obviously, there's been family division, this sort of thing. I mean, do you know anything in the family that actually would indicate?
What you mean, it been split?
It's been split at
It's
some
been
stage.
split.
You
Gone
haven't
to
got a
one.
long-lost relative who's got the
I
other
probably
pair.
have by the looks of it. That's got the
Chase
other
them
pair.
down. Chase them down. There are other fascinating features as well. 1900 is jolly early. That's only 2 or 3 years after the firm was established in London. These pieces are very much arts and crafts. And this is why I love these early pieces so much. There's something else here as well, though. There are lots and lots of pieces of Omar Ramsden, pieces of Ramsden and Carr, rather few of the Ramsden and Carr. But try and find candlesticks.
Really?
Really, they are rare. Very seldom do candlesticks come onto the market by Omar Ramsden and Alwyn Carr, or Ramsden for that matter. So, we have to think about value. There they are, they're just over 100 years old. They are two different dates, though. Now that's going to affect the value.
Yeah.
I'm afraid it does
not a
drag
pair.
it. Yes, it does drag it down a bit. I would say at auction, I would expect these to be going somewhere between about £8,000 and £10,000.
Good heavens. I should start using them. Really?
Really? So track down the other pair. Do you want a seat? Do you want a chair?
I wasn't expecting that.
I mean, a bit of judicial swapping would be good,
Yes.
because correct pairs, I mean, would be in excess of 10,000 a pair, no problem.